Welcome to the stream this evening. So what we are going to do is, well, firstly we're going to cancel that just for a minute because I need to go and delete my saved file of Metal Gear Solid. I don't know what it is, but I beat the game and then I saved it, of course. But ever since I saved the game, I haven't been able to delete it permanently, so yeah, I'm a bit annoying, that one. But it is what it is. Okay, we're going to start for real now. Okay, but you know what? Let's run it on easy tonight. We're going to go for all bosses. What we're going to do here in the dock is just farm alerts. I'm going to try and maybe get, I don't know, 4 or 5 alerts. Oh no. Guess it was just a bit too quick there. And I will explain why we're doing this in a minute. So the reason why we done that is because in a later part of the game, it's a bit more favourable when it comes to RNG. So when you have to try and get the PAL key off the rat after Ocelot shoots it out of your hand, the more alerts you can get, there's a better chance of the PAL key ending up in the drainage ditch, rather than you have to chase the rat, of course. Well, that was a bit unlucky, but it is what it is. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use the chaff grenade to trick the guard into moving away from the elevator doors. Ah, come on. Something a bit weird going on with my controller there, but hopefully that doesn't happen again. Maybe just cost me about 2 seconds there. Ah. Okay, a bit of dodgy movement here. It's probably cost me a couple of seconds at the very start. Of course, not the ideal time to, you know, lose any time, of course. I know. It's embarrassing. Almost makes me want to restart a run. What is the crack, Liam? How are you? Thanks for coming on as well. So what we're going to do here as well is we're just going to hold in down and left, so it will initiate just an infinite loop of Snake trying to run towards the door. Reason being is that if you stand with your back to the door, you know, it's going to take a little bit longer. Not much, but we save time when we can, of course. What the hell?
What are you waiting for? Shoot! Don't talk to me like a rookie. I'm telling you, shoot!
I know, but I have this weird thing with my controller, and I definitely think I need to get a new one, but you'll notice sometimes it just seems to run to the left for no reason. I've definitely messed up here very early on, so I'm just going to try and make up that time wherever I can. Very, very sloppy so far. So this should be an example of how not to do a speedrun. Some strange movement, and only so much can be blamed on my controller so far. But yeah, definitely some suboptimal movement, of course. It's definitely going to cost a few seconds over the run. Not the best I've ever done, but you know what, it's not the worst either. Just going to blame some pre-run nerves, of course. Okay, and we're going to go for the vent glitch here, which honestly I completely forgot about for a second. Come on, come on. Ah, okay. Very, very sloppy so far. Okay. Again, it's going to be a big effort to claw back some of this deficit so far. It's not too bad. See, when you actually get it first time and you don't completely mess it up, it works a lot better. Okay, I think I just about got that. Yep, that's good. Okay, I got the second grenade, that's okay. Perfect. Okay, we've had it decent enough so far with the elevator doors. Most of them have came pretty much straight away. Okay, that's not bad either. I think we're maybe 3 for 4 at the minute, or 4 for 5. It's something like that. And we hit that number 4 to get the Nikita. And hopefully we don't completely mess this up. I've lost far too many runs than I would care to admit with this particular part of the game here. I'll just switch to the chat for now. Oh why, they're wee bastards. I mean, let's be totally honest about that. Massive pain in the derriere. Must have been that same ghost that cost me a few seconds against the guards. Ah, yeah, bastards. He's a wee rascal, is our grey fox. What a guy, though. Especially after Zanzibar. Oh dear, dear, dear. So now that he's trapped in here, he's going to constantly go backwards. Okay, do you know what? In every run in which he has been trapped in between the computer and that part of the room, the desks, he has always went backwards. So of course it's the one run in which I go live that he doesn't. I think I dropped a couple of frames there, folks. Apologies for that. Excuse me. Brilliant elevator doors this evening so far. That is the plan. Snake, you hallion.
Don't move.
I've dropped frames a couple of times this evening, folks. I am sorry about that.
Let's go. I know this place better than you. I'll be point man. Follow me. That's strange. There's no guard.
He certainly
I'll
is.
keep a lookout. Make sure you're
Some
ready,
man.
okay? Come on, Mr. Foxhound. The commander is waiting.
That should be okay. Good stuff. Yeah, that should be grand. Yep, perfect. And now we'll switch to the keyboard, because the two controller rule still applies even on PC. I'm just running a laptop. This is just a PC version of the game. Let's switch to those stunners. Can neither deny nor confirm. Oh yeah, that's where I got it as well. What an absolutely fantastic port. I definitely think they've done the game justice. It's great fan service.
Stop! Now!
Good old games. Alright then, missed a second shot. Didn't even want to hit that anyway. Ah! Not cool. It wasn't a great Mantis fight. I'm actually raging I took that hit. One thing I've definitely noticed about the copy from GOG is that it can definitely soft lock.
I'll take
Enjoy yourself. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate that. Hope B&M isn't too hectic for you. Close enough. Absolutely. And thank you for the follow as well, mate. You're a gent.
Snake, what's wrong? I thought you were good with dogs. This place
Oh yes, yes. I was just talking about the GOG copy of the game. Yes, it's great fan service. They've brought the game into this century really, but it has a tendency to soft lock at really inopportune times. So if you skip cutscenes too quickly, for example, also if you try and skip the codec calls too quickly as well, it's pretty bad. I once had the game soft lock on me when I took the very last codec call at the end of the game. I don't think I was on for pace or a PB or anything, but to actually have the game cut off at the very end is it's brutal.
It sounds weird, but when Mantis dove into my mind, I was able to see where the mind.
I bought a copy of the PS1 copy. Sorry, bought it a couple of years back off eBay. Ran it on the PS2. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. Get to the very end of the game. Game freezes. Where does it freeze? Literally the last screen before the credits actually finish. Terrible. Absolutely horrendous. So I thought, you know what? Maybe it was just an error. Maybe something had happened. Didn't really think it was a copy of the game, of course. So ran through the entire game again because obviously I didn't save it. Ah. Yep, so ran the game again, of course, and got to the very end, and again, same thing happened. It was dreadful. Oh, 100%, yeah. I started speedrunning just maybe a year ago at this point now. Well, just approaching a year. My first ever recorded runs were Siphon Filter 2. That was always one of my favourites as well. But the reason why I started to submit on speedrun.com was because my times for Resident Evil 2 just got better and better. And the version of the game that I was running meant that with the times that I was getting then, I could have been ranked 8th in the world at that point, but I didn't have a capture card and I didn't know how to set anything up. Fast forward a little bit since then, of course. Now I'm streaming, and it's been some journey so far, really, yeah. So we're going to get the PSG one, which is really important in the game for more reasons than what you would think. What am I doing? For a minute I thought I was playing any percent, you see. Oh, what are you going to start streaming yourself then? Ah, happy days. Different consoles or PC or emulator? Fantastic. Well, do you know what? Keep me posted on whenever you're streaming or uploading or whatever. I'll be more than happy to go and check you out, of course. I'll give you a follow as well. I'm looking forward to it then. Definitely keep me posted. You just can't beat a gaming stream, can you? They're just absolutely fantastic. But yeah, if you ever want to check out any of my my runs on speedrun.com, it's just the same name as my YouTube username or name, whatever. It's just the Wavy Commander. Don't ask me where I got the inspiration for the name. I think I had a couple of beers one night and me and Maxine were joking around. Or I think it was just because, you know what, whenever I started the speedrun, I think we were still in the midst of the first lockdown. So of course my hair being extremely wavy, that's where the word wavy came into it. Ah. Let's get those chaffers out as well. Why did I do that? It's not going to count anyway. You watch Twitch more than you watch TV. Do you know what? I would probably say I'm getting to that point as well. I can't remember the last time I sat and watched a TV programme, unless it was maybe with me and the missus, of course. Or me and the wee lad. Especially recently, of course. I did at one point. Now it's just a wavy bye-bye. A couple of new followers this evening. Thanks very much, guys. You're, you know, even if you come on and watch the channel for 5 seconds, I really appreciate it more than you can imagine. Trust me. Thank you very much, and especially for the extra follows as well. I definitely love that username though, the Chojin. It sounds like something that's very familiar, but I can't quite place it. Oh, thanks very much. I would say same to yourself as well whenever you start, mate, 100%. But how does one go about acquiring one of those? Is that just one of those things you get when, you know, you have a bit of tenure on the system, or?
Hey, I'm here. Where?
What?
It's me.
Oh, come on, I missed the cutscene trigger and everything.
Back.
Definitely some missed inputs this evening.
Wait.
Oh, yes, yes, I think I've seen what you mean there, yeah. Ah, maybe one day. I think the game is giving me shitty elevator doors now because it knows that I'm starting to play a wee bit shit. And that is the last time we'll come through this room in the game. Happy days, because that's one of the trickier parts of the game. At least some people have said anyway, because you have to be dead on with that soldier's back, otherwise he will see you. The room will fill with gas and you will die, as will the run, of course. Okay, good. We've got the wolf quite close here. Should be no problems here whatsoever. Good stuff. So pretty soon we're going to use a wee exploit here. Well, a very big exploit to be fair. It's called the GME, or the God Mode exploit. Just basically means that you will not take damage from explosives or bullet fire, anything like that really. Melee damage. Again. It's a couple of times I've missed stuff. No, I haven't got Twitter. It's I don't think it was something I ever considered even going on. Is that good for sort of streams and stuff, is it? Okay, okay. Would you say it's almost essential, yeah? Oh, mate, that's class. Suppose whenever I get set up, I'll do the same for you as well, 100%. As Liquid would say towards the end of the game, we will expand the sphere of influence. That was a bad joke, wasn't it? I wonder what those guards must be thinking right now. That guy was just shaking with anger. That guy is Mo Sislak. He was choking on his own rage. Oh, aye, aye. Right enough. Makes sense. Come on, Snake. Come on, move. Come on. I get absolutely ripped to shreds on that rappel. Oh, dreadful. What the hell? Imagine a surveillance camera in a nuclear facility. Nuts. Did you like that one? So, you know that God mode exploit I talked about earlier in the stream, the GME? So, what that does is that can also break triggers as well. Meaning that you can skip certain cutscenes. So what I done was I just broke the trigger and kept moving backwards. And I was able to skip the Otacon cutscene. Oh, nightmare. So I will explain all, because I'm going to have to do that glitch again anyway. But it's the same one I used against Liquid here. Does that look about halfway? Yep. Let's get these extra stingers here. Now, you want to see the real beauty of this glitch here? Just keep watching. This one's a screamer. One more. Come on. Magic. It took a couple of good shots there, really. It was a bit less comfortable than what I would have wanted, truth be told. The reason being is that you know yourself, and anyone who's familiar with the game, in that particular phase of Liquid's attack, he will fly underneath. For a speedrun, that's not ideal. So we've got to be really quick with that movement. Timing it properly, of course, so that it gets him into a loop. And instead of him flying downwards, if you get him just at the right time, the loop will repeat itself. So he stays up, your time stays down. And of course the reason why I always run with chaff grenades or something similar equipped is just for speed. It's been tested by folks who are much better at the game than myself, who've been running the game for years, of course, developed all sorts of these class strategies and whatever. And they have proven that when Snake runs with a grenade, so one of the three grenades, normal, stun, chaff, and then with the SOCOM as well, Snake will run faster. I don't know why, but I've got this really bad habit of shouting into the laptop as if it's miles away. Oh, you know it. You know it, bro. So watch this. Just in case. Ah. Oh. I will take that. Happy days. Eat that grenade, Snake. Do you know what? It was probably one of my better Sniper Wolf 2 fights, truth be told. So when you enter that God mode, you know, just as I've mentioned and stuff before, hell to the yeah. You know what, I'll definitely stream an any % run one evening as well. But you know that vent glitch I used earlier in the game? Well, that can be used at the very start, just before you go up the ladder to go into the DARPA Chief's cell. So you use that vent glitch, you run around, and of course that's the torture room right there. So what you do is you hit the door trigger, and then it loads up and you're in the cell. This is all within the first 5 minutes of the game. So by the time you've got out of the cell, out of the torture sequence, everything else, you're maybe talking 9 minutes, something like that. That's you with a level 6 card as well. But it's a pretty great exploit. Pretty much, Oh dear. And that was Raven. Throwing a chaff here just because I want to get the stingers up here. That was clean enough. Apart from that one missed grenade, that's probably cost me maybe 4 or 5 seconds. Some of the movement in general has been quite sloppy though. I've also had the game soft lock on me there as well. So definitely didn't want to lose that. Oh yeah, 100%. Equipping the grenades or throwing the garden very quickly, equipping the chaff grenades again. Star skating. Not quite. That's more just for noise cancellation. When you equip and unequip your weapon very quickly, yeah, it cancels out the noise. It's also the same strategy I use going through the nuclear warhead building as well. That's why the guard didn't hear me on that loud floor. Okay, we should be okay then. Just hope the pal key's here. If not, that's going to be a run killer. Ooh. The rat has the pal key, doesn't it? That's just perfect. I've lost so many runs at this point of the game as well. Aye, it is. What an actual wee shithead. No pal key, but here's a bomb instead. What? That's unbelievable. Oh, I just missed the rock going through the vent as well. Oh, this is painful. Oh, this is so painful. That was just flat out bad crack. Finally. You know what though, I mean, at that point the run is over. Still going to finish the game, of course, but that's probably cost me about 2 minutes. Absolutely painful. Do you know what, I think I'd rather have a migraine. He had the issue with the rat, did he? It is unlucky, but you know what? It's one of these things that happens. Oh, that's painful as well. I think the worst part about that is that it's so late in the game. And then that happens. Ugh, cost me a second. I know. Do you know what? At least it's not as painful as maybe what you thought when you first started playing the game, because all you have to do, so see when you need to freeze the key and then heat it up again, it's 1 minute and 1 second per each room. So as much as it is a pain in the hole, at least it doesn't take forever. It feels like it does though, don't get me wrong. Okay. But you know what? At the very worst, oh, we're still having a better crack anyway. I've done runs where I've got myself right up to the door trigger, and I've thought, I'm going to throw a punch one more time just to see if it takes me over the line. And unfortunately it did. It made me lose a minute. I lost a minute and gained a lot of anger, of course. How's married life treating you anyway, mate? Okay, that is us. No way, really? Oh, that is amazing, mate. Congratulations. Is this Galters? Buying a house though, mate, that's pretty impressive, like. Look at us growing up, what's all that about? When did that happen? It's because it didn't recognise your username, you see. I thought, like, for some reason I thought it would have said Tommy Versetti, but... Mate, I'm not gonna lie, you're an absolute hero. I just got your picture there. What a legend of a man, like. That's swell crack. Well, a couple of summer shirts, you know. Get a few summer shirts before the lockdown's over, of course. So we're just going to use the GMA again. Reason being is that I know I mentioned a wee bit earlier in the run that you can skip certain cutscenes. You can also skip codec calls as well by doing that. As you can see, yep, there we go. It really does. How's the night shifts treating you? My missus is doing night shifts at the moment as well, and I think she's on her fourth in a row at the minute. She's actually working Sunday to Friday and it's absolutely killing her. So I think she'll sleep for about 20 hours when she gets off. That's pretty handy. 4 nights on, three days off. It's a pretty good. I suppose it's a pretty good balance, really, isn't it? Do you not be wrecked when you're going in for your first night shift, or have you sort of adjusted your sleeping pattern over time? I don't even need those. Oh, serious? Is that whenever the ground properly hits you? Well, mate, I'll cheers to that. Sitting here enjoying a wee bottle of Cobra here. That's good stuff. I actually can't wait to get back out for a proper drink again. Oh, I missed that. I have to give that one more second. Okay, that's us. I'm working tomorrow, yeah. So I'm only having the one, really. Take the load off, of course. And you know what? Having a beer when you're streaming as well, it's an experience. I'm not gonna lie. I've got a wee bit of the old AVG in the background as well. Did I say that properly? I feel like I can't even formulate a proper basic sentence. It is only the one beer, absolutely. Yeah, man, I can't wait to get out and shout the roof off Voodoo again by singing Simple Minds all over the place. Simple Minds being sang by simple minds, of course. Simple people. Mate, you know what? That night will go down as one of my favourite nights of all time. I know that we weren't even... I don't even think we were with each other for the entire night. But it was just great crack. And then sure, the absolute madness we had that time. And I think you were still living in... you were still living over in the West at that point. That was just insanity. I've never sat in a room with a bunch of like 20-30-year-old lads, same as myself, and listened to video game music. It was just, it was one of the best experiences ever. You know, my hangover was that bad. I stayed off work for the next 3 days, booked 2 off, but stayed off for 3, and I sat and watched Metal Gear speedruns flat out. Metal Gear speedruns, the original Metal Gear now, not the updated version, of course, on the MSX. So sat and watched speedruns, and then video game reviews, and then Metal Gear Solid 2 reviews, and it just, that was also an experience. Just get some more stingers here. Metal Gear Solid definitely has one of the best soundtracks of all time. No way, mate, seriously? Ah, that is unreal. If you're ever having a wee get together, mate, let me know, sure. Lee's a good spot. I can still remember whenever I told him about my personal best on Resident Evil 2, he called me a spoof. Do you remember that? This is why the God mode exploit is called the God mode exploit. And you'll hear, because I used that glitch, the music plays incorrectly, because this is supposed to be a much more dramatic scene, not just the standard battle music. That's pretty class, mate. But mate, Resident Evil 1's a pretty long game. You know, see, especially when you're just starting to go and try and speedrun it, whenever it is. Oh yeah, 100%, mate. Just don't get the shotgun at the start. Absolutely ditch that shotgun. Mate, I'd be more than happy to sit and show you some of my Resident Evil runs as well, if you ever want to have a look. Well, at the moment I'm the 20th, top 20 for the Jill Any% speedrun for PlayStation 1.
How about you, Snake?
Ah, that X button let me down there. Ah, come on. What? He's absolutely murking me here. I'm gonna play it safe. Maybe a wee bit too safe. One more punch kick should take him over. Like right now, for example.
Hurry! I'll drive.
Oh yeah, the hunters are absolutely deadly.
Darn, no keys. I got it. Let's go. I got it. Snake, jump in.
Took me long enough. Oh, wow, you can hear the ping. Gotta turn that volume up a wee bit, because that soundtrack is just ridiculous.
Not yet, Snake. It's not over yet. Liquid.
Ah. This liquid fight is making me look like it's the first time I've ever played the game. I'm doing it with my eyes closed. LOL. Alright. Do you know what? I could actually break my PB here. There is a chance.
Snake.
This is the great thing about the PC version as well. Skipping all the credits. Okay, do you know what? That's a PB, mate. That's a PB of, I think, 2 minutes. Do you know what? I'm just going to verify that, actually. Happy days, indeed. Do you know what? If that's the case, then that's literally 2 PBs on my last 2 streams. I PB'd on Street Fighter 2, mate, by 45 seconds on the hardest difficulty. I'm 58 seconds off the world record for Street Fighter 2. PC, easy. Okay, so it was my... You know what, actually, I'm happy enough with this, because my PC on PB, on PC, I'm 6th in the world. So I've just went and checked the speedrun.com leaderboards, and my time of 1:12:31 also takes me to 6th. So do you know what, I'm absolutely over the moon with that. So yeah, you know what, actually, what time does the night shift start for you? Yeah, I mean, 100%. It's you're starting in less than 2 hours. Oh yeah, I'm 100% on Discord. Are you on as well? Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna, come off this part of the stream anyway, because I'm gonna go and I'm gonna play Batman Returns for the Sega, and I'm gonna play a wee bit more of Aladdin as well. But mate, yeah, let me know if you're maybe free one night. Let's say tomorrow or even next week, and I'll sit and happily do a Resident Evil stream and just show you what I would do in a speedrun as well, if you're up for it. Happy days. Right, well, I am going to finish the stream here for now. So, thanks very much for joining in, mate, and thanks very much to everybody who followed and viewed as well. It's very much appreciated, of course, and I will see you all again